Talking about the real. Talk a real topics, no facts. Talk a real shit and you know that. That's a fact, chill, chat and chill. Yeah. Talking about the real. Talk a real topics, no that. Talk a real shit, you know that. That's a fact, chill, chat and chill. Yeah. Talk about the real. Talk whatever you want, whenever you want. Whatever you want, whatever you want. Yeah. Chill, chat and chill.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Chip Chat and Chill. This is your midweek adult recess, fun, laughter, and games and great conversation.
Hey.
Well, here we are. We have background going. We had a bridal shower and vibes going on in the back. And we have everyone here.
Get my tea and crumpets.
Right, tea and crumpets. I actually have a couple of chocolate chip cookies on my plate. I'll share in a second. But yes, we are right in the thick of wedding season, and what better episode to include into the scheme of things than to just get into quarantine nuptials?
Yes,
that's the thing now. This is Miss Ebony. What's up, girl?
What's going on? So I am a master bridal stylist.
How about that?
That's just a big word for being a stylist for a long time. So I also am an operation manager at Carrie's Bridal Collection. We have a store here in Atlanta. And we have a store in Macon, Georgia as well.
Nice.
So I am the person in charge, as my boss likes to say, the PIC of those two stores. So yeah, I've been doing this a long time.
Yes, you have. I've been watching you for the time I've known that you were in the industry, and wow,
I know.
I'm so happy.
It's amazing to see how far you've gone. Once you look back, you're like, wait, what? But it's awesome. I really, really enjoyed it. I truly feel like this is my calling, so I enjoy it.
I can tell, especially after you did that one photo shoot with Ashley. Shout out to Ashley Strickland, photographer extraordinaire.
Beyond. I'm so proud of Ashley. I remember her telling me that she was going to take a class to, just learn how to take pictures of her children. She wanted to document like moments with her children, and now she's like one of the top photographers in Atlanta, especially for weddings. So I'm beyond proud of the things that she's taught herself and just continue to grow. So she's awesome.
Likewise.
Okay. Here you go.
Before my ice cream sandwiches melt all the way down, Munch and Learn is in session. I just wanted to share real quick what I had.
Okay.
Shout out to Ebony for the referral. I have a glass of that Cali Red. What up,
Yes. Snoop? It's so good.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
And let me explain. Linda. So these are ice cream sandwiches. They're chocolate chip cookies.
Okay.
And I sandwiched cookies and cream and caramel praline.
That looked like a lot of workouts.
Pray for me, because we don't get along like we used to, and I've never been in this space before. And I promise I'm trying to work on our relationship. That nigga love me, but I don't love it back. I try. I really try. I really do. And I love a good weight train. I love to weight train, and I love riding my bike. It's the whole getting started shit for me. I'd be like,
it's hard. It's hard to get started, but then once you get started, your body craves it.
And this has been hurting me. And I ain't shamed. Judge 45. And Judge the Trash Man, because I'm gonna eat sugar tonight. But yeah, this is one of my weaknesses.
That looks delicious. I actually had to cut out dairy because, after I'll be 36 this year, and the cows told me, listen, we ain't for you. We're not for you. We're not for you. So I still do ice cream like oat milk and almond milk, dairy-free stuff, but it is really just a lifestyle change, just getting into the start of it. I drink, I'm never going to stop drinking unless it's an actual reason, right. Like pregnancy or medical, but right. I've replaced my nightcaps of wine every single night with tea. I am addicted to tea. Yeah. Tea is my nightcap. I learned that I like a nightcap, and at first it was wine, and wine, unfortunately, as great as it is in abundance, it put 60 pounds on me during the pandemic.
Wow.
So, and you can't even blame the babies after a while. You're like, okay, the babies too. So, girl, listen, it's you. So I realized about myself that I enjoy a nightcap. And so my nightcap is tea, and I like experimenting with different, tonight I'm doing ginger. What am I doing? ginger throat tamer tea because clearly I have a cold, and echinacea tea, and then I put some sea moss in it. So now I'm 72 years old.
I was gonna say you brave.
I'm 72. I'm a 72-year-old old man, okay, who drinks tea every night.
You got Sebi in your family?
Listen.
That's how you was feeling.
I love tea.
He's the one that gave you the recipe for the tea tonight.
Right.
Dr.
Listen,
Sebi.
I love tea, and
I do too.
That's my nightcap. Like, that's what I do to unwind. Like, my kids know, they're so trained if they're up, because they're usually not up this time of night. But if they're up and they see my tea cup, it's over for you. I'm not your mother now.
Off duty.
You're on your own. The tea is brewed.
Clocked out.
It can't be me.
Exactly.
See if your dad wants to do it, because I'm done here. I've raised you. I've raised you until tea time. It's done. You're done.
I wish you well. My infamous line after 10:30 is, "That's not my jurisdiction."
It's not. I'm minding my business. What are you doing?
I mind my business. Yep. So, yep. Cheers to that. Now, I do want to just raise a couple good points as we navigate through this panini of a pandemic.
This Pacific Ocean has been a doozy.
You know what? You have done well. You have done so well.
We have. I mean, I think for the most part, people that I know, whether I know them directly or indirectly, has been okay. Either thrived or at least survived.
Yeah.
So,
and we thank God for all.
Yeah, if you just bare minimally survived our stimulus checks, I'm proud of you.
Either end of the spectrum is better than dead. So, you will take it. Now, in your experience as a bridal professional, you said you've had how many years as a bridal professional?
6.
It feel like 16. I swear.
It feel like 106. But, and you know, it's like dog years. So 6 is really like 25. Because you learn so much so fast.
Weddings are going to look very interesting when we look back at them 30 years from now.
Right.
And
we're definitely going to tell that story to our children.
Did you see the one meme where the whole bridal party was in like gas masks and like, so how are we going to explain this? Like we should just waited.
Like, so was the world ending and y'all said I do? Like, what was, give me the situation.
Y'all was in love.
Y'all was in love. I don't want to breathe without you, love.
You are my air.
Tell me how I'm supposed to breathe without air, please. Like, I'm not getting married on gas. We look like Darth Vader out here. We looking crazy. We looking crazy.
Yes. The cha-cha slide and the electric slide.
I can't breathe.
So, right. Can't breathe. On a for real note, we're gonna send Ebony some well wishes because she really is trying to breathe tonight.
I am. Listen, I usually have a deep voice, but it's deeper. I'm gonna just be on Toni Braxton today, but you know, it's fine. Deep voices are in. But I will say I'm very proud of my brides, all brides in the last 1.5 to 2 years who have had to reroute and reschedule and redo and postpone and jump through hoops and not have exactly who they wanted to have and doing creative things in order to honor their love. Whether it's wearing a Darth Vader gas mask. I am so proud to see people really persevere for things that they love, or people that they love. It's really been inspiring during this time. Like, honestly, it has really inspired me to step my game up to make sure that I can do my little part of whatever they need as far as their attire, because these girls and guys are determined, and I love it.
I love it too. You're right. Because at any level, whether it's a baby shower that we've seen and had been calling the kids, we've had 3 Zoom birthday parties.
Yep. I had a Zoom birthday party for my child a year ago. Yep.
Drive-bys. If you want it to happen, you're gonna make it happen. And you know, it's not that you don't have the time, it's just you make the time, you make it work, and you make room for life to happen. That's the biggest thing that I've learned. You know, you grow up, you're like, oh, I want this kind of bridal party, I want these colors, I want to eat this food, I want this kind of dress. And then life happens and COVID be like, nah, sit down, baby.
Well, you just learn how to prioritize what's actually important. Like,
That too.
Granted, I love weddings clearly, and I understand the importance of, whatever you've dreamed about or want to dream about, and if you want it to be grand, you have every right. But I think people have really been able to prioritize what's actually important. Like the most important thing is that we get to say the things that we want to say to each other to honor our love and move forward and start our lives, not everything else that surrounds that. And I think it's taking a lot of pressure off brides, where they don't feel like, man, I don't want to invite my cousin, but I don't know how to tell her. You're like, COVID gave us a good excuse. Like, so we can't have us, like, I'm sorry, cousin Nunu, you can't come. COVID's giving us a good excuse not to spend so much money on something that lasts for a day. And it's giving us permission to just make sure that it's an more intimate experience than anything else. And that's so showcasey. So I think even though, quarantine and the coronavirus was really scary at first, I think once we settled into it, we realized, like, maybe it was time for us to slow down a little bit and prioritize, like, what's important. Like, everything that we thought was important before, like, honestly, I'm pretty sure I don't know one person who moves in the same way that they moved before.
That's right.
A year and a half ago.
And
if you do some I'm gonna pray for you. I'm gonna send a prayer.
We need to come to Jesus moment if you are.
We're gonna have to come. But I think everybody has decided to move differently and decided to move in a way of what is really important. So I've been really inspired by the bride to have decided to be like, we want to get married. If we get married in my parents' backyard, so be it.
Exactly.
Who cares?
I so relate. I love it. Yeah. So we're going to get into our conversation. I just wanted to share a couple of memes that were related to.
Girl, I love a laugh.
Right. That's all we do is Kiki.
One thing I love about Black people, and I know we are diverse. Listen, I love everybody, but one thing I love about us specifically, we're gonna make ourselves laugh out of any situation.
We're gonna laugh at something.
We don't take nothing serious.
Nope.
And we are going to create, I think it's just lineage, and historically we have created sugar out of SHIT so many times that we are so used to just making ourselves laugh through our pain.
You got that.
So right. Every time something happens, I be here for the memes. I'm like, oh, please. I know y'all about to make me laugh. I know it. I feel it in my spirit.
You can depend on us to laugh until times get better. You can depend on the memes. You can depend on Black Twitter and all the foolery in the stories. You can depend on that, for real. We're going to get through it. We're going to have fun.
Laugh through it. Yeah.
Yep. When people ask, how's the wedding planning going?
I don't know. Don't ask me that. You know how it's going. You know what it's giving.
Yeah.
It's giving. It's giving is barely happening, sweetie. It's giving you're not invited.
It's giving we are yet holding on.
We are steadfast.
We kind of movable. It's a little shaky now. It's a little shaky. Pray for us now. Because some days we don't like each other. That's how
y'all lucky I'm even in this space to talk about a wedding. I've had brides come to me like, this is the first time I've even mentioned the word wedding in 7 months. So how about that? Like, I don't even wear my ring. I just let it sit on the side.
Oh, hell. Then there's another one that said, planning my wedding. And then there's a picture of it. What my friends and family think I do. What my parents think I do. Throw money down the drain. What society thinks I do. I'm a bridezilla. What my fiance thinks I do. I stalk him. And then what I think I do. I'm David Doterra.
Right.
What I actually do.
Right. Brides love thinking they David Doterra.
Do they really? What's Ebony? I'm gonna ask the question. What's the oddest request you've heard personally or heard of in general since having to adjust to the new style of wedding planning?
Wedding planning. I think people getting real creative with the locations. I think a lot of people have decided to get married in an outdoor space. Like backyards have been really popular. I've had a girl get married in a cave. It was dope. But like a cave. Because I was like, oh, is it a cave that they? No, it's a cave, lady. Like we gotta bring the lights down.
I'm the wedding guest that would have declined. I'm not making.
I'm not coming to no cave.
I told my husband.
How you get people not to come. You like, so if it's in a cave, you gotta wear hiking boots. They like, oh, that's all right. Can you just send me pictures?
Congratulations.
Send me your registry. How about that?
I sent
Send
a
me
nice.
your registry.
I'm good at gifts. That's my ministry.
Can't wait for the pictures.
Yep.
Can't wait to see them. Yeah, I think, I mean, from my wedding planning friends, I think it's just not even necessarily our request. I think just trying to include people the way that still makes them feel there, even if they can't physically be there. You know, we're in Atlanta, so Atlanta really didn't participate in the quarantine. We opted out.
We don't listen.
Like, we said, no, that's not us. We're good. We're good here. We're not doing that.
Right.
So I think, you know, I hear more requests or different things from my brides who are out of state. Like my California brides who California was on lockdown. I'm from California, so I have experiences through my family and my brides, how much of a lockdown they were on. And then my New York brides who were equally on the lockdown. New York was like, no, y'all can't even.
Y'all not doing
How about this? Y'all can't even breathe outside. How about y'all sit in the house?
Yep.
And never come out. Stop playing the fiddle. So my brides who were from New York or getting married in New York were like, so we're actually getting married in our living room on a Zoom call. Like it's a legit Zoom call.
Yep.
And I'm like, listen, you do what you gotta do. Like at the end of the day, all you need is you, your fiance, and somebody ordained.
The end.
I've had a bride who actually, the same bride who got married on the 35-person Zoom call, the person that was ordained, they couldn't be in the space either. So it was actually one of her neighbors. He went online about 2 days before and got ordained. And he stood at the front door.
Wow.
Okay. They had a screen. And he stood at the front door and married them through the screen door.
What? Wow.
Listen, she was determined. She's like, look, it's been too long. You ain't finna keep.
Right. Today.
Because he gonna have an excuse.
Yep.
So go ahead and get ordained real quick.
Today.
I'm gonna see you the website.
She said, oh, postpone? That's cute. No.
That's cute. Because I've been postponed for 7 years living with him.
How about that?
Okay.
Not another day.
I'm gonna see you the link so you can get ordained.
Shirley Caesar voice. Today is your day.
Dan and 4H is about to marry me. That's it. And that's all. Like, we're the Jeffersons.
That's all we know. Moving right on up.
But yeah, I think it and for me, like, it seems odd because like we haven't had to experience that. But when you just think through it, it's like, listen, if you love somebody and you're determined and you have enough community around you, like, you can make it happen. Like, they'll remember this, how they got married. They'll remember this for the rest of their lives. Yeah. And you know, there's always another time to celebrate. You know, the good thing is, like, we have now more availability where my brides who had to do something out of the ordinary, like a Zoom call, now they can celebrate with their family and friends. So it's not all lost. You get 2 weddings.
How about that? See?
You get 2 weddings.
Jesus did.
He gave you 2 whole weddings. So yeah, I think it's worked out for a lot of brides, and I think a lot of people are just becoming optimistic about things. There was a lot of brides who were just like, you know what, if I can't do it the way I want to do it, I'm just gonna wait. And I respect that too. I absolutely respect you wanted to do it in the way that you envisioned it, the way that you paid for it.
Right.
A lot of brides had already paid for so many things. And you know, I don't want to get married on a Zoom call and I got this $2,000 dress. Like, I want to actually let people see. I want to stunt on y'all. I really want to stunt on y'all. Or I really want to celebrate with my whole family or my friends or whatever the case. So I see both sides of it. I have not judged not one bride who has come to me and told me the way that they're doing their wedding, because listen, we all just trying to figure this out. So if you decide to wait, if you decided to have a Zoom call, if you decided to elope in your parents' backyard or your own backyard, if you decided to have Dan from 4H get ordained 2 days before and marry you from your front porch, that is your business. That is your, like Auntie Tabitha said, that's your business. And if you're in Atlanta, you ain't got to worry about it because we ain't participating. So just book a chapel because they don't care. Atlanta does not care.
All right. Now, what kind of advice would you like to share with brides soon to be engaged, thinking about getting married, was getting married, postponed, thinking about doing quarantine nuptials? what has been the most beneficial way of maintaining communication, whether it be with your bridal party, your guests, those who are really knee deep in helping navigate through your plans? What were your some of your best practices as far as communication now that we are getting through this pandemic?
Well, I guess it would just depend on the type of person you are. So for me, I like to delegate, and I throw money at problems. That's me. So if you feel like you are going to be overwhelmed by any of the planning or communication, the first step is to hire a professional who is going to handle all of that for you. And so you don't have to worry about communicating with this person and that person or et cetera. And there's different levels of professionals. Wedding planning is a big umbrella. I'm not a wedding planner, so I don't want to get too knee deep in some stuff I don't do. But I do know that wedding planning is a big umbrella. You can have a full service wedding planner from the rooter to the tutor, from literally from start to finish till you get down the aisle or after the aisle, or you can have somebody who is just a coordinator who comes in after you've done kind of most of the things and just kind of puts aces in its places. Either way, I feel like if you're that type of person, then hiring somebody is the best benefit. Now, if you are more DIY or you feel like your ceremony is something that you can manage, then I would say the best way to communicate with people is to create a wedding website. Like I love wedding websites. I strongly believe in them. I think it's the best place to get most, and if not all, your information to your guests there. You can update it just like any other website. Most of these wedding websites allow you to send out notifications every time you update something, so no one should be out of the loop. I think when you don't send no group text, that's one. Please don't send me a group text about your wedding, because I'm going to ignore it. Email could be beneficial as well, but I think, I don't work from home, but a lot of us work from home. And so that email can be lost in the sea of other emails that people are dealing with from all walks of life. So I think if you're going to do it yourself, a wedding website is probably your best benefit to communicate with not only your bridal party, but the people who are going to be attending your wedding. You can update your registry there. You can do so much on a wedding website. But I strongly believe in hiring professionals. Like if you're going to go out on a limb and actually do a wedding, whether it's one of these micro weddings that they're doing now, which just means a smaller wedding, it's still a lot. It's still a planned thing. Or if you're doing, now that the world is more open, if you're going to do more of a traditional ceremony and have a larger guest count, I strongly recommend a wedding professional. Whether it's somebody, again, who starts you from the beginning and you give them the vision and they just execute everything, or somebody who helps you just coordinate, closer to your wedding. I am a big advocate and understand the importance of wedding professionals, wedding planners specifically. And they deserve every piece of coin they ask for, because it is a lot. It's a lot to plan a ceremony where you're not only just dealing with the bride and the groom, or the bride and the bride and the groom and the groom. You're dealing with everything that surrounds that person. You're making sure that the two people getting married have, like, you're their sounding block. Like, you making sure that there's no other interference where they just feel like they're on a cloud the whole time. And it's a lot that goes into that. So I'm going to say wedding planner for those who are like me, who like to throw money at the problem. Listen, here, Instacart, throw money at the problem. Okay, I don't have time. No. Or if you do feel like you can really manage it, then absolutely a wedding website is the best way to communicate.
I agree. Now, I will say, I don't know how to sit down. I am a Jill of all trades.
Okay.
But specifically with a wedding, something of that magnitude, that important, take my money, please. Because I'm not going to be that much of a person where I feel like if I don't do it, it's not going to get done right. No.
Here's the thing. As good as DIY sounds, as good as Pinterest makes it sound, I always, I encourage girls to do what they feel like they want to do to be a part of the wedding. But I always say, like, hey, so if you decide to do all the centerpieces for your wedding, and let's say something just happens, whatever, and you're down to the wire, do you think that you're going to be in the mental space to actually glue some shit together? Like, no, you're not. Like, think about what's important. Like, it's not so, don't try to, if you're going to commit to doing a wedding, then budget and prioritize. That's it. Like, if you got $50,000, $15,000, $5,000,
Yep.
or $500,
Yep.
listen, there's a wedding for everybody. And people feel like, well, if I'm only having a small wedding, or my budget is only $5,000. My wedding 8 years ago, okay, or 7 years ago. We've been married over 5. 7 years ago was a $5,000 wedding. Like, my husband was like, "Here go $5,000, make a shake." $5,000 wedding. I had a wedding planner, a coordinator. Like, I was like, no, girl, I wanted a destination wedding. I wasn't going to be able to fly to the destination to plan everything. I found a company that does it. I hired them, and all I had to do was say yes, yes, no, yes, purple, green. Like, that's what I want. And as a bride, you want to stay on your cloud. As a bride or a groom, you want to stay on your cloud. And when you have to come off your cloud to be your own vendor, and you have to be the person that not only decides but execute, it takes the cloudiness of it, the cloud nine of it. Now I'm like, well, damn, now I'm planning on, I don't want to play. It's like planning your own surprise party. Surprise.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
At that point.
Look at them both. I remember when I put them together. They came out kind of nice. They came out nice. No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to put together my own damn party. I don't want to do that. I want to walk into my venue space and be like, wow, the vision that I gave someone, they executed it exactly how I wanted. And now I can just celebrate with the person I love and not worry about, if the DIY centerpieces that I put together with my Aunt Lulu the night before gonna melt off and fall on somebody. Yeah. No, I don't want to do that. So yeah, communicate in the best way to, the bridal party. I mean, maybe it is a group chat, but I would say for the overall, hire somebody or do a wedding website, or both. You could do both, like wedding website and hire somebody. I strongly suggest that.
Yeah, give yourself a break and actually enjoy it, and just, I agree.
Yeah,
it's a lot. Now, since you gave such great advice, who actually, or it could be more than one person if it is, you can mention, gave you such great, or prepared you so well for being able to delegate and execute on behalf of your brides?
Nobody. And I say that humbly. I think I learned to delegate because I got pushed on my ass a lot trying to be everything to everybody. And so I have found a space of a happy medium. I know I'm a Virgo to my soul, and I am a control freak. And I like things how I like them and I know that I can do them. So if I delegate something to, I'm not delegating something I can't do. I'm delegating it because I can't do it right now. So I have, no one's really giving me advice on how to become a better delegator of things. Or I think life just, taught me that I can't do it all. You could be the Jill of all trades, but you can't be the Jill of all trades and think you're going to be the master of anything. So it's like I have to make a decision. If I'm going to be a master bridal stylist, or if I'm going to be an operation manager, when I became a leader in bridal, I had to step back and say, listen, I love my brides, but I can't do both. I have to create separation. Now I need to train other stylists how to be just as great as my brides say that I am. Mm-hmm. Instead of just thinking that I got to take all my brides, they're not going to do it right. They are going to do it right. Like, it's fine, because I'm going to teach them, like somebody taught me, how to service brides appropriately and make sure that they get what they need for their wedding attire. So I think it was just more so life just telling me, like, girl, you're going to burn yourself on every single limb, every single end that you have, if you don't learn that you're not the only one who knows how to do shit. And that's just what it is. Like, I can either, to be very cliche, I can either be in the kitchen frying 100 fish plates, or I can show somebody how to not only do the fish, catch the fish, but debone it, fillet it, fry it, and then I can move on to something else. Now I can start peeling the potatoes. I can do something else. I don't have to be the only person that knows how to do the one thing. So yeah, I think just life just taught me just like, hey, it's okay to let other people do other things. And as long as you have done your diligence to pour into them, then they're going to make sure that they're going to do it, if not as good as you, better, hopefully, than you. Plus, I'm tired. I'm just saying. Listen, when I started Bridal, I didn't have kids. And I barely had a husband. Like, we were just getting married. So, like, we were and we got married pretty quickly after we met each other. So we were still very much not only newlyweds, but just, you know, in that fresh stage of our relationship. So, you know, I am now knee deep in marriage, and I have 2 boys that are burning me to every end, and they deserve to burn me because I'm their mama. Yep. So, you know, I just don't have time to be everything to everybody. And, you know, I think my brides who I've had in the past, or my brides who, you know, get to work with me now, I think they understand that once they get to know me. And I think my stylists understand that once they get to know me, that I'm going to give you every single tool that I can give you to make sure that you're greater than me. I don't want you to say you're great as me, greater than me. Like, it's like a mother. Like, I want you to be better than me. Like, I want you to be able to give brides beyond what I can even imagine giving them, have the creativity. So, you know, that's where I am with it. I ain't got it. I can't be everything. I'm tired. I want to take a nap. Like, I'm tired. I can't do it all. Please help me.
You actually went right into my next question. I was going to ask, what was your hope for your proteges and mentees under you?
Yeah, I hope they're better than me. I hope I'm able to, you know, my ultimate dream is to, you know, have not just brides that have said like, oh, she helped me with my wedding dress. I want to have stylists who say like, Ebony taught me how to be this great, beyond my wildest dreams stylist, and then get into leadership or whatever. I am a big advocate of pouring into people. Like, to my downfall almost, I will be like, no, you can. I am like Ayana, like, listen, I know what you can do. I see it in you. Like, listen, I love that. And, you know, sometimes I have to remind myself, like, I can't want it more than you want it. I can't want it more than other people want it. But I do love pouring into people, even outside of bridal. Like, listen, if you got a business, even if it's me just sharing it, or just like, you know, whatever, on my Instagram or my social media or whatever, or however I can pour into somebody, like with podcasts or TV, whatever, if I can pour into you a little bit, like, that gives me so much joy to be like, I want everybody to win. Like, this is not a, you know, finish line where only one person gets to go through the tape. Like, everybody needs to go through the finish line, because listen, if I get down with hard times, I need to be able to call somebody like, hey, you remember how I had taught you? I need a couple dollars. You ain't got a couple dollars. You know, I need to be like, let's create somebody told me a long time ago, like, the things that you pour into people is like making little safety nets. And not to say like I'm going to, you know, pour into you because I'm like, yeah, girl, you better hold me down. Right. But it's just like, you know, you pour into little safety nets. You never know what life is going to take you. And so it's always awesome to be able to go back to someone and be like, you know what? I know at that point in your life, you needed me, but I may need you at this point in my life, or we may need each other, or maybe we can form a bond that can take us together somewhere. Maybe we can start a business. Maybe we can help this person together or whatever. So I just hope that people who have ever been able to train under me just really felt the spirit of me wanting them to be great. Like, if you don't take nothing else from me, just know that, like, I wanted you to be great, better than me, actually.
We have
at the end of the day. Yeah.
Yeah. I love being everybody's inspirational. And to your point, I definitely can relate to wanting to see the best in others and needing to remind yourself to pour back into yourself.
Yeah, we Black women. That's what we do. It being really honest, I mean, most Black women I know have the same mentality as me. Or at least want to have the same mentality as me. Whether they do it or execute it is another story. But I think, you know, as Black women, we have always been the person that carries everyone on our backs and wants everybody to win. And, you know, this last year, to your point, I have learned that, like, if my cup is empty, I have nothing to pour into anyone else. So I've really made it a point to get my health back on track. I've really made it a point to, you know, find other ways to self-care. And I tell my brides this too, like, listen, getting your nails and hair done, this is for me. I don't know how it is for other women. I used to be like, that's my self-care. That's my self-care. This shit is a chore. Okay. I be stressed out. I've got my hair braided consecutively since my second child has been born for 2 years. I just looked at the last time I wore my real hair was 2 years ago because I just don't have time. I need to have braids so I can bop, bop, bop.
Yeah.
So it's a chore. It's not relaxing anymore. When I break my nail before I'm ready to go, or if I break my toenail or I chip my posture, I'm like, it's a chore. So I had to find other things that actually fulfill me at like self-care. That wasn't something that feels like maintenance for myself. Like there's a difference between maintenance and self-care. So I've learned that, traveling solo or with people, not my family, or, my health journey, my weight loss journey, things like that have really been able to fill my cup up. So when I go to work and people ask me questions, I'm not so stressed out. Like, I'm not like, or when my husband asks me something, I'm not like jumping down the throat, or if my kids are screaming like they're crazy, because they gonna scream like they're crazy. I'm not like, or if a bride is like, if she's panicking about something that I know can be fixed, then I can handle that with a cool head instead of being like, girl, your wedding ain't even that serious. Like, what? Why would I say that?
Right.
So
out loud, at least.
Yeah, so it's really important to kind of take that moment back to be like, you know what? Let me figure out what I need to do to make myself the best so I can pour into everybody and have enough left for me. Because that's gonna be the most important. Because once you burn out, baby, them ashes is something else.
Ebony is preaching tonight.
I know, girl. I hate to get up on tangents, but that's what my brides be like, girl. I had to create I have a bridal stylist page, and I created it, and people were like, you starting a business? And I was like, maybe, I don't know, but
right now,
one thing for me is like, I like to keep my life private. Like, I don't mind if my brides know I have kids and stuff, but I try to keep my life private because my brides will be hitting me up on my personal page like, so what about these shoes? Hey, girl, like I'm clocked out. Right. So I had to create this bridal page, Ebony's Bridal Experience, if you want to follow me. But I had to create a bridal page just so when brides want to reach me, I can be in a mode for them. Like, I am on this page now thinking about weddings, not thinking about like, I just posted a cute picture of my 2-year-old, and now you talking about how I should wear my hair. So, which is, listen, you have all the rights to think in that way because you're planning a wedding, but I have all the rights to be able to switch pages. Well,
hello,
switch pages.
Right. So. And so we have these wonderful schemes and themes and color coordination and pieces and moving parts to a bridal party and a wedding to put together and a venue to pick and dinner menus to choose from. And
right.
Who gonna sit next to Aunt Pookie and who gonna stay away from, whoever. After that is all over with.
Right.
Because the whole big thing is you're joining two lives together. It's not about one whole huge party, because after the party is over, now your life together begins as one. What would you like to offer as marriage wisdom, advice, experience, whatever, to any soon-to-be married bride and groom?
One thing is, remember that the wedding is for everyone else. The marriage is for you. And that it is a joyous celebration, but it's a celebration of you starting that life together. So remember that after you go home today, however you acted, whatever you decided to do, however much money you decided to spend over what you already decided, like, that's a big indication of, how your marriage could be. One great advice that a mother actually told me here recently that I don't think of, a lot of us go through premarital counseling, right? And honestly, the state of Georgia usually requires it, I think. But we go through premarital counseling.
Yeah.
One big thing she said she asked her daughter and her future son-in-law to do was financial counseling. I thought that was genius.
It is
genius.
I agree.
I highly suggest
that should be required.
That should be a requirement, honestly, more than even just the marriage counselor. Because yes, it is very important to understand communication and this, that, and the third, emerging houses, emerging cultures, emerging backgrounds, and all this stuff. But it is even more important to understand your relationship with money.
Yeah.
and how that's going to now affect you in a relationship with a person and their relationship with money. It is so important. And so that's one thing I would highly suggest any married couple or soon to be married couple invest in is financial counseling. Even if you just do a few sessions, because listen, you don't want to be 1 year down the road and y'all make a big purchase like a house.
Yeah.
And y'all looking at each other like,
or can't make the purchase because of,
or you can't make the purchase, or you just not finding out how much money he got in his savings, or you just not finding out that she in debt from school loan. Like, what? So, and believe it or not, a lot of people don't have those conversations before they say I do. Like, more than done. Like, a lot of times you find out how much debt your significant other is in once you're there, your husband or your wife. And so I think it's a great idea, and it's super important to get financial counseling. And I think the other advice I would give to them as a wife is just, live each day as that day. Like, that's it. I learned this very later in I did not learn this on my first year, second year, third year, fourth, probably about 5 years after me and John, my husband, have been married. It was like, just take it one day at a time. I may not like you yesterday, but I'm gonna live today like today. I'm not gonna worry about yesterday. Instead of having an argument about like to each other, what's the actual problem? Like, let's solve the problem that the argument's creating, and then let's move on to the next day, and let's live. That's hard, I think, for a lot of people to be like, well, yesterday was yesterday, and today is today. So live each day in the moment of your marriage. Like, if your husband or your wife did something yesterday that bothered you, I get that. And I understand that it's hard to let go, but you have to live each day like it's that day. Like, give it its own shine, because A, life is short, and you never know when your last day is your last day. And B, it's just counterproductive to keep carrying energies over. Like, it's just so counterproductive. Once especially if you've solved the issue and you just mad for no reason.
I know some signs that do that, but I'm not gonna name them. But okay.
A lot.
Yeah.
Virgo. I mean, I had to learn this. Like, my husband used to be like, and my husband he's a Sagittarius, but I'd be like, why are we digging up skeletons? Why are we doing this? What?
We say that all the time. Why are you bringing up old stuff?
Why are you bringing up? Oh, did we resolve that? Didn't we say we were sorry?
Today.
We didn't have a whole makeup session. Okay, we didn't have a vacation. And you still talking about something happened in 92? Girl.
Yeah. How many times did I say Happy New Year to you since that happened? Okay.
What is the issue? So, I definitely would give that advice. And thirdly and lastly, what I would say is that, couple counseling is amazing, but I highly suggest that each person gets their own counselor. Because things that you need to resolve with each other has nothing to do with things you need to resolve for yourself. Girl. And a lot of times we look to our partner to resolve those issues. And when that partner can't give us the feedback or the energy or the advice or the whatever that we're trying to seek in that person, we get upset. We get really upset. And I had a conversation. I'm sorry that I keep wiping my nose, y'all, but y'all don't got cold. I had a conversation with someone, and she was like, you know what? I had to realize that I can't try to put on someone else everything that I require from me as a person.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get that out of one person. Like, that is why it's so important to have friendships. That is why it's so important to have, a platonic relationship, a non-platonic relationship. That's why it's so important to build relationships at work. That's why it's so important to have different type of relationships in your life. So you won't be looking at your husband or your wife like, why don't you want to talk about business? Girl, I'm a garbage man. I don't care about what you do. I don't care about what you do, baby. I love that you are the CEO of CEOs, okay? Mm-hmm. But I don't want to come home and talk to you about spreadsheets. That ain't sexy.
Nope.
That ain't sexy to me. Mm-hmm. So if you like to talk about business, then you need to find somebody who needs to talk about business. It doesn't have to be a sexual relationship because you're just talking about business, right? Exactly. So, I think it's very important to find individual outlets. Therapy for sure, but, I ain't trying to spend everybody's money. But separate outlets where you can, make sure you don't lose your individuality or have to pour so much into or require so much from the other person to make yourself feel whole, because you will burn out quickly, and so will the other person. Like, they will absolutely be like, girl, now you tripping. The only other thing you cannot get from another person, well, you know what, I ain't even finna be up here marrying people business, because I don't know y'all life. I was gonna say the only thing that you shouldn't get, I'm gonna say shouldn't get from other person is a sexual fulfillment. But I don't know y'all lives. Y'all might be willing, Jada. I don't know. I don't know what y'all got going. Maybe that's what y'all do.
And
Maybe it's giving threes company. I don't know. But
and we in Atlanta of all places. I'm gonna let it go. Okay.
Listen, have y'all get you a counselor.
I mean, what is there left to say? I mean, this is why we friends. This
Right.
is like why we still friends. Because I mean, through the decades, we pretty much still.
First of all, don't say decades, because that made me feel like
Okay,
I'm 667.
I didn't mean it like it sounded.
I feel like I'm finna get up and walk away.
I didn't mean it like it sounded, but like for real, like yeah. And I even, to your point, you and I both are probably on the same parenting stroke, where I know for me, my thing and my group of friends, we try not to, you know, traditionally, I want to mold the children of the future. I don't want to mold my kids. I take them as God gave them to me. I'm unfolding them. I want to really know who they are at their core. And at the end of the day, when they become 25 plus or however they are, and they decide they want to get married, they found the one they want to share their life with, and they have a partner that they believe in and will cover them. I don't want them having to unpack anything from childhood in a counseling session because they're damaged goods. So right now, while we're
that's a whole nother episode of these mamas.
You coming back?
These mamas.
You coming back? Yeah.
Putting their traumas on their children.
Can we just be honest as millennials and say that it's okay to own conscious parenting, like we were talking earlier this week? Be conscious while you're parenting your children, number one. Number two, we're not just raising them, we're growing up with them.
Yeah.
We really are, because there are so many of us in this generation of ours, our millennial generation, we're the last to have to unload so many traditional stereotypical traumas that our parents had to, grandparents, great-grandparents. We're the last generation to have to unpack that and have to go to therapy. Not to say that our kids and their kids won't have to, for whatever reason, to work out whatever they need.
They're smart.
But they won't have such a heavy bag to bring into a counseling session that we've had. So to that point, yeah, I agree with Ebony. Get individual counseling for yourself.
Especially if you're 32 and older.
Yep.
For sure.
Be comfortable with yourself. You know, don't make your spouse an all-purpose person, like Ebony was saying pretty much. Oh, I need you to be able to tell me how I look. Give me my
pet peeve is when people be like, he's my everything, she's my everything. Is they? Ooh.
And it's like, you know how many times I've had to unload that comment over the past like 10 years.
And I get it. I get the point of it.
Yeah, everything. Remember when who just passed? Remember she said it in Tyler Perry's movie? God is your everything. You know.
Listen,
she cannot be your every single thing. But I get it. Like,
I get what you mean by it, but it's a lot of pressure to put on someone else to be like, you're my everything. So wait a minute. Like, if I'm your everything, I can't be your anything. Like, I gotta be exactly who you think I am at all times, or I will disappoint you.
Like, I can't be my husband's homeboys. I can't.
No, I don't.
I could be his best friend.
I don't want to be.
Right. I don't want to be like, there's certain conversations he's gonna have to have with his boys, and that's fine. And I'm okay.
I don't want you to scratch on this in front of me.
There's certain conversations he's only gonna have with his coworkers. That's fine. I can't take offense to that, and vice versa to whoever's gonna watch this and want to take advice from that. You can't unload everything, like Ebony said. Come home from a person and just expect them to be your girlfriend and talk to them like you're in the beauty parlor or at the nail shop, because they're not going to be able to relate like you really want them to. And it's okay. Like, let them be who you chose them to be going into your marriage. And then after that, just continue to evolve. Make sure you guys stay friends. My solemn vow or my solemn advice would be communication, respect, And communication, respect, and flexibility, they will carry you the long way, for sure. If I haven't learned anything, I'll be honest to say on the show right now, during this episode, my communication in my marriage is the best it has been in a very long time.
We were forced to communicate.
And beyond that, I dealt with myself. He's dealing with himself. We come together. It's like communication will definitely make or break a relationship. If you don't have it in you to be transparent, not just with your partner, but with yourself,
right,
life will beat your ass, eat it, and hand it right back to you until you learn that lesson. Whatever lesson you don't learn, you repeat until you master it.
Yeah.
So if you can get just the basis of communication, it's not hard. You owe it to yourself, not the other person. You owe it to yourself first. It makes a world of a difference. Respect goes a long way. Flexibility, because life changed. Hello, who thought we would all be in a panini in 2020 and 2021? Just
wearing masks, looking crazy.
Wearing masks, trying not to get sick.
Washing our groceries off.
Delivering everything. Looking at people crazy in the airports or whatever. Who would have thought? You have to be flexible with life. Yeah. I know for sure I never would have imagined having all three of my children home school. But the blessing it is, God was like, them two babies that was in daycare, you get a break. Yeah. The weekly amounts that were coming out, you and your husband, y'all get a break. And it just let me not miss moments that I otherwise probably would have missed.
Yeah. Where the teacher would have told you, she took her first steps. You're like, wait, are you raising my kid? What's happening?
Right. So flexibility will carry you the long way. And then just know that having a bad day, having a bad moment, having a hard conversation does not mean that you have a bad marriage or a bad life. Yeah. Hard conversations, when you're mature enough, they're necessary. And you know what? That gives you the opportunity to bond even closer with your spouse. Bad days, bad conversations, bad moments do not make a bad life or a bad marriage. There's more after that. As long as you learn the lessons and you committed to just being,
and you're respectful about it. Yeah.
That part. You gotta be respectful. Girl, you done preached tonight.
Well,
I can't.
Maybe it's the tea.
It's the Sebi tea. You better put Sebi name on that thing. She said, Echinacea, sea moss. You ain't gonna be sick tomorrow.
I pray not. I usually don't get sick because I do this all the time, but the rhythm is gonna catch you. And my 2-year-old stay with a runny nose and stay up under me. So he's like, here, hold that. Hold that cold real quick. But I enjoyed myself. I pray that, going forward with these new brides, that they really have learned the value and understood what the pandemic or quarantine brides have, and they're going to take it into like their space of planning and marriage, of being like, let's prioritize what's important.
Yes.
Like, was it really important to have a glass sculpture of like a swan pouring out Chardonnay? Like, was that really what we needed to do?
Not even gonna like the damn swans 5 years from now.
Now it's nasty for everybody to do like this. Like, what was we doing? Why was we blowing our candles?
What the most? Like, why? Pass me a paper plate. Yay! Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We have a segment on Chip Chat and Chill we call The Gag Is. So there's always a good thing in every bad thing, right? There's a light. There's a silver lining. Even though we are planning weddings or we are getting married in the middle of a pandemic, the gag is...
At least you got a man. At least you get to plan a wedding during the pandemic. You could be sitting at home with your kitty cat. And the pun is intended. You come and sit at home with your kitty cat, playing with your kitty cat. Like, let's be honest. So the gag is you planning a wedding.
Hello.
That's the gag. Like, you better look at the sunshine. You better look at the sunshine. You over here crying about, I can't have a wedding in my dreams. Baby, at least you can have a wedding. Somebody loves you, baby.
Right. He asked you.
He or she
asked you.
You got somebody to go home to at night, and somebody don't.
Come on.
So at least you get to plan a wedding that is yours. So that's the gag. Y'all better start appreciating what y'all got.
That's
Let's start
right.
worrying about what you don't.
That's
Because
right.
it's the old lady living in the shoe. And she mad at the mofo because she ain't got nobody.
She is.
But you get to plan a wedding during the Pacific Ocean. See? You worried about everything else. But it's somebody out there lonely than a mother. Okay? They lonely.
Worry about yourself, ma'am. Sir. Yes. Yeah, the gag is somebody loves you.
Listen,
A
Patty
couple
told you.
somebody's love you. But that one special person wants to spend the rest of their life with you.
During this, if your marriage, listen,
And you will live to tell the story.
if your relationship didn't shift during this time, because a lot of people relationships shift for the better, and some people shifted out. They were like, "Oh no, I'm out of here." Oh, But
Check, please. Yep.
everybody's relationship should have shifted. Me and my husband's relationship definitely shifted. It went from one way to the other, and then now we in the middle. But you know, everybody should have shifted at this point. So I think if you haven't learned your lessons through this, whatever that is, then you a cold soul.
You just can't pay. You got ADD, can't pay attention. Something got a hold of you. To break off. We're gonna pray for you. Yeah, you've missed the whole entire thing. Been missing it. So catch on if you can. It's not too late. Yeah, just
yeah, we still supposed to be wearing masks a little bit.
Supposed to be wearing our masks. Supposed to be washing our hands. Supposed to be social distancing. You know.
First of all, why was y'all not washing your hands? You know what?
That's a whole nother episode. Okay. But you see them. You see them in the ladies' room. You see them.
Y'all be like.
First of all, you see how they keep the ladies' room. Especially the ones that shop at Macy's. We're moving on now. Y'all nasty. Y'all nasty. It's time for happy hour. So, yes, happy hour is the time we have adult recess because it's absolutely necessary, especially if you are planning a wedding. This is your time to laugh, kiki, have a little game, to smile, take a break, sis, sir. Yes, let's play a few games. Let's play a round of Would You Rather? Nuptial style. So it's just a series of a few questions. You could pick either or, whichever your preference would be.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Okay. Would you rather?
I don't even like how you started that out.
I'm sorry.
I don't really like the oh Lord and then the question.
Would you rather get diarrhea on your wedding day or unexpectedly get your period on your wedding day?
Period.
Period me, please.
We can run a red light, baby.
Hello?
Lay a towel down.
That brown?
That brown ain't going down.
Ain't.
But that red hit the bed.
Amen.
Yeah, we grown on it. Periods. So
Would you rather your significant other left you at the altar, or you found out after the wedding that your significant other had doubts about marrying
you? Well, you know, doubts about marrying me could be a realistic thing 7 years later. Like, shit, you could be like, girl, why did I marry? I probably have said that in my marriage, unfortunately. Like, girl, what was I giving? Why? If I pick up one more shoe.
Tell me again. Where my
I definitely don't want you to leave me at the altar because I didn't pay all these deposits. So I would prefer you just give me your honest thoughts of that you have your doubts so we can talk through them. Because what we can't talk through is when I beat your ass.
Yeah.
For leaving me at the altar. Because I'm going to kill you.
Yep.
So I can't talk through when you're in heaven. So I can talk through afterwards. So that's,
yep.
Don't leave me at the altar. Don't do that.
Don't do it to yourself. Yeah.
Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to your mama here. Your mama's here. Your mama is here. Your grandma too. I saw her. She looks so pretty.
She looks so pretty. Her purple. Bless her.
Purple. Bless her heart. And now she got to see her son.
Would you rather?
Mollywop.
Would you rather have your photographer cancel at the last minute or have your dress ruined at the last minute?
Photographer.
Yeah, because we got
iPhone 12s are perfect.
Hello? My dress though?
Nah, I can fix the phone. I listen. Somebody could take me portrait mode me.
Thank you. Portrait filter.
Matter of fact, now you just save me some money.
Hello.
Rub me my money back.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine.
Everybody follow this hashtag. Dang. Yeah. Don't fuck up my dress. Nope.
Nah.
Would you rather all of your significant others' exes showed up to your wedding, or all of your exes showed up to your wedding?
I probably would prefer my husband's exes to show up because I'm petty, and I'm gonna make sure I just look the bomb. I'm like, girl, it was given never going to get married to you because I'm petty like that. I think my husband doesn't have as much petty in him, and he would be like, not mad, but he would be like, I can't with this. Okay. Not that I had a lot of exes, but it just would have been too much energy. He wouldn't have preferred, but I could probably handle it a little bit better than he could.
I'm double petty. I say both of them.
Oh, everybody get to see. Come on down. Matter of fact, y'all can date each other.
Have a seat. Pick a side. Anyone.
You broke and you living on a mattress. Go ahead.
Shit.
Everybody join hands.
Would you rather everyone got food poisoning from your wedding food? Or everyone was bored as fuck during your wedding and left early?
Yeah, left early, probably bored. I mean, shit,
yeah, I'm head out.
Head out. Shit, I'm ready to go do it anyway.
Yeah, you talking about food poisoning? That's
yeah,
I can't be responsible for that. That's too much pressure.
Yeah,
I'm good.
That's too much pressure.
Would you rather have someone photobombing every wedding picture, or do a long, loud fart during the wedding speeches?
First of all, I gotta be a pretty loud fart. Definitely the fart. Because at least that's a moment that can pass and we can laugh about it versus I didn't pay for these pictures and your goofy ass in the back looking goofy. So yeah, just go ahead and fart. Get that out, baby. It's better out than in, so we can all laugh and we can move forward. And I hope they got it on video because I'm sure that every birthday party that you have on a big screen, I'm gonna rent a big screen just to show. That's gonna be your ringtone when you call me.
Oh boy. Okay, last one. Would you rather? Would you rather have an outdoor wedding where it pours down with rain, or get a massive cold sore on your mouth on your wedding day?
Now that's nasty.
Rain me, please.
Rain me. First of all, 2 days before my wedding was a tropical storm in Key West. So technically, it didn't rain on my wedding day, but technically the sand was wet. Mm-hmm. So, rain, and also rain makes for beautiful wedding pictures. I love seeing wedding pictures where like the bride and groom, or the bride and bride, or whatever, the groom are holding like an umbrella and they're standing there like it. For me, that picture represents so much. Like we are withstanding the storm. So yes. I love rain is good luck. Like it's an old wives' tale that if it rains on your wedding day, or at least within the 72 hours of your wedding day, that you're gonna be married forever. Because if you can withstand the test of time, like the storms, like that's what it kind of represents. So rain on me, because a cold sore. First of all, if I got a cold sore on my lip, we need to be having conversations. I actually got to tell you more secrets than just this cold sore. Like I have herpes. Like if you don't know I have herpes, like are you okay with this? Like are you okay? Like no shade, because herpes is very common. I'm just saying, like if I got this cold sore that's popping up, then we need to have other conversations. Yeah. I actually have a STD, so I hope you know that. Like,
hope you know. Yeah. Just try to let you know.
Just thought I'd let you know.
This is what's happening.
It could be contagious.
Next up, a word scramble. Okay, so now I've compiled a list of 7 wedding-related items.
Okay.
Originally, they were scrambled, and you were going to have to guess what the word was. Kind of like, a bridal shower game.
Right.
I am going to read the wedding-related item, and you're going to have to guess what it is.
Okay.
This.
So you gonna say it with that thing in your mouth?
Yes.
Oh my god. Okay. So I gotta interpret what you saying.
You have to interpret what I'm saying. Yeah.
I can't even interpret what you just said. Okay.
And don't let me drool.
Oh my god.
You know, freaking child. Okay. So I know you're ready. You ready?
Okay, girl. Uh-huh.
Number one. Whoop it here.
Whoop, there it is. What? Is that not what you said? Is this a wedding reception song? I don't understand.
It's a wedding related item.
I thought you said whoop, there it is. I was like, the wedding reception song of the year? Like, what's happening? Okay, try again.
It's one word. Whoop in here.
Boot in the ear?
Yes.
Okay. It do sound like whoop, there it is. Whoop in the ear, whoop, there it is.
Number two.
Uh-huh.
Passport.
Wait. If I say what I think you said, that ain't what you said. Say that one more time. Because now you said ass squat. And I know that's not it, because that has nothing to do with the wedding.
Passport.
Hashtag?
Passport. Passport.
Sasquatch?
Passport.
Something cut. Am I close? No, not close.
This is something you travel with. A passport.
It's something that you try on.
Uh-huh. Passport.
It's not like you said ascot? I'm like, people sometimes wear ascots at weddings. I mean, it's kind of weird now, but.
Correct. Okay, another thing.
Uh-huh.
Sock and hood.
Sock and hood?
Sock and hood.
Something blue.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, number four.
I bet your kids gonna kick of this shit. I didn't get one in with my boys. They would be like crying, laughing.
Number four. Cocktail hour.
Cocktail hour. That's sad. That's sad. I got the one about drinks. I had no hesitation. I'm like, drinks.
So you gotta get on fire. No
Okay.
Vital.
Vitamins.
Vital.
Bible?
Yeah.
Okay. Whew. Thank you, Jesus. I ain't going to hell.
Number six. Cash rock.
It's like you said crack rock. But I feel like that ain't got shit to do with nothing. I mean, really, no. I mean, it could be two crackheads getting married, but
Listen.
who are we to judge?
Who are we? Cash rock.
Catholic? Catwalk?
Cash rock.
Cash bar. Okay.
Okay. Last one. Skanks.
Stanks. Is that the exes who came to the wedding? Saints?
Thanks.
Spanks?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I mean, you gotta admit that skanks is only one letter removed.
Now, number two. Let's go back. Cascot.
Cascot.
Passport.
Something court.
You travel with that.
Passport.
Yeah.
That was a long shot because I was like, it's not. She said ass squash. I know they ain't got nothing to do with that.
Oh my god. And the last game that we have for tonight's happy hour round is playlist remix rockstar. Now this is the first one. It should be relatively easy though. I have 2 playlists. They both have some notorious or familiar wedding songs of about 5 or 6 of them each. Okay. I'm gonna play them, and you have to tell me as many of the songs that you recognize as you can.
Okay. Because my sound was on. Oh Lord, I ain't gonna remember none of these. Okay, Here and Now. Mm-hmm. Tabia. I think is that Major. I think it was the first one. I think that's his name. Mm-hmm. That's all I remember.
You got 3 of them. Okay.
How many was it? Okay, listen. I passed. It's a passing grade.
Not bad. So yep. First one was Major, This Is Why I Love You.
Right.
The second one was Chrisette Michelle, Couple of
Fabrics. Oh, Chrisette. I did hear that.
Number 3 was Luther Vandross, Here and Now.
Oh, Lufa.
Fat Lufa. Case, Happily Ever After.
Oh, okay.
And then Frankie Beverly, Before I Let Go.
Ooh, okay.
All right, let's try the second playlist.
Well, why is R. Kelly up here?
I woke that ass up, didn't I?
I heard Beyonce for sure. A Love on Top. After R. Kelly, my memory went lost. So that's all I had. Is Beyonce and R. Kelly. So I was like, okay.
So the first one was Robin Thicke, For the Rest of My Life.
Okay.
Beyonce, Love on Top. Bruno Mars, Marry You.
I did hear Marry You, but after R. Kelly erased my memory.
R. Kelly, Step in the Name of Love.
You talk about somebody walking out your reception, I'll be like, okay, all right. Because y'all don't follow the rules.
And then the last one was Jagged Edge, Let's Get Married.
Okay. Good old R. Kelly.
He's gifted, but Jesus. Yeah, we in no way at Chip Chat and Chill or F-It Podcast or anywhere else, we do not condone any of R. Kelly's behavior. I just want to make that clear. But y'all pray for him. So we have played the games. We had happy hour. We had a great conversation talking about quarantine nuptials. I'm so glad you were able to give your expertise, your advice, your wisdom, and your spunk to tonight's conversation. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
This is the point where we have our to-go boxes. We say, check, please, and we give our carry-out tips around the table. So is there any nugget of wisdom or any fun gem from tonight's conversation that you were going to take with you or that you were going to leave on the table tonight?
Take with me? Like, I think these are gems that I probably brought and will take back is living in the moment and prioritizing importance of, like, what's actually important in regards to your life, but specifically your marriage or your wedding, rather. Your marriage too, but your wedding, like make it a day about you guys, but also just remember, like, there's things that are now going to feel more important than other things before all this stuff happens. So that's a gem I'm going to take with me because I need to keep reminding my brides, girl, listen, it's okay if you don't have 7 outfit changes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're not doing that.
I love y'all, but no.
We don't have the mental capacity to keep up with that.
You ain't got time.
You don't have the mental capacity to keep up with your wardrobe changes, but God bless you.
You gonna keep spinning into new dresses?
Yeah, right.
They love what I said. I'm like, you gonna keep spinning into new dresses? What are you doing? What? It's giving Cinderella.
It's giving busy.
No, we're not doing that.
carry out. I mean, she left so much on the table. I mean, thank you, Ebony. Gee whiz. I'm taking it all. And then I will leave on the table and say, yeah, just realize what's the most important in life and know that it will carry you through the days after your nuptials.
Yeah.
And again, just learn to be flexible because life is for sure going to change. You don't know what those changes are going to implement, and you don't know what all changes are going to happen. You're going to be very different versions of yourself after you say I do, and just be ready to meet them all. Be flexible. Be flexible. And yeah, come back and have adult recess at Chip Chat and Chill. And yeah, you'll be fine.
Drink lots of wine during your marriage.
Yes.
Lots of wine.
The wine, and the sex.
The wine and the sex. That's, if you have wine and sex, I think you'll just like thrive. I think that's the best thing that you can do for your marriage.
Yep.
Wine and sex. Don't have kids every time now, because
don't.
Then you won't have as much wine and sex.
You don't, or you'll have an unhealthy amount of wine, and then we'll have a whole nother issue. But just wine and sex.
Just wine and sex.
Charge yourself if you have to, but yeah, the wine and the
wine and the sex.
Ebony, it has been such a joy.
I had a good time. I'm very proud of myself that the NyQuil did not take me into the night. So I was like, why am I taking NyQuil before I'm about to do this? Like, what am I doing? I'm actually 45 years old, but I'm so glad I had a great time.
Did you?
I did. And I really hope that somebody gets these jewels about their wedding and just about life, because I think when you talk to two married people who've been married for you come up on 10 years, like it seems like a long time to us, but like, you know, most of the people who like yourself and like my best friend Shamika, they're at 11, 12 years, like we're at the point where people are getting almost at the 10-year mark. I'm at 7 in July. Like we're getting close. So I think when you can really find space to talk to other married people about marriage and your specific situation, like as a 30-something years old, 30 to 40, it's like a really eye-opener, because honestly, we all go through different stuff, but we go through the same shit. Yeah. Just different versions of it. Like the way that we have had kids or got to have kids or are like, it's all the same stuff, just in different forms. And so it's always refreshing to talk to people who are married, because it's a unique conversation. It's a gang. It's a different vibe. When I was single, I had different conversations. When I'm married, now that I'm a mother, like it's a different conversation. And I say this with humbleness, but like if you're not in that space, you just don't know what people are talking about. Like I can't talk to my single friends about my marriage. Can't talk to my friends that have kids, that don't have kids, about like it's just a different energy that you just get to kind of speak it to. Like, yeah, girl, my baby be eating boogers too. Yeah. You're like, dang, I thought it was just my baby, and I thought I failed as a parent. Right. Like, no, you're nasty. It's not you. So
I got naked baby problems. Yeah, you're not alone. So I mean, I'm glad that Ebony said it herself. It's not. That's the recurring theme I have here at Chip Chat and Chill. We are not alone in this human condition, in these millennial bodies, in this millennial decade. It is real out here. We are unpacking shit. We are living our best lives because we're committed to doing the work to do that and have the full mental and emotional and physical capacity to do so. Whether it's working out and find you a workout buddy, or, you know, if you have to, you know, literally force yourself like I do now that we're home and not, you know, being able to comfortably work out at a gym and have, you know, a different mindset of accountability. Discipline your ass and get in your own ass at the house. Yeah, marry folk. That was the other thing. I'm glad Ebony said it. When you get married, I'm gonna zoom in. Don't be looking for marital wisdom from single people. No shade, no tea, no.
Or people who got horrible ass marriages.
That part too.
Out loud.
Let me tell you something.
Out loudly.
I just dug up a confessional the other day, and I'm gonna post it really soon, and I'll make it look, you know, appropriate. Basically, one nugget that I had come up on, and I'm gonna give this as another solemn vow to my fellow engaged people that are soon to be married. If you have biased people, lending an ear to your problems, if you have biased people that are only going to root for you, and yes men that are only going to celebrate everything you do right and not hold you accountable for the shit that you do wrong, or listen to both sides and hold the both of you accountable and not see you both as individuals, but see you as one, you in bad shape. Married people.
That's why you need to go to a therapist. Your auntie Lulu ain't your therapist. Your mama ain't your therapist. Your mama is, unless your mama is a therapist, your mama ain't your therapist. And even if your mama is,
want your mama to be your therapist. That's too. No, you want people around you that want to see the both of you win.
Yeah. That
want to, demonstrate their love and support for the both of you, on and offline, and you want to make sure that they're not just being sounding boards and all you have is the negative energy about your spouse or whatever.
Right.
Don't do that.
Yeah, girl, he ain't shit.
Right.
He ain't shit.
Meanwhile, how long have you been married? Oh, you're not. Oh, okay, never mind. So I'm gonna stop having this conversation. That's where you end up. Don't do that. Don't be lonely like Lisa or whoever, or Leon or whoever. Talk to some people who got some wisdom that actually have proven relationships, not even just romantic, proven professional relationships, proven, academic relationships, proven relationships with their money, good financial sound advice, because they actually have a good, healthy financial relationship with money, with good relationships with their children. They're demonstrating healthy parenting skills. You want people that want to see you thrive and evolve. So that's the only way that's going to happen. If you want something you never got, you got to do something you never did. If you keep talking to people that ain't got what you got, you're going to end up just like them. Okay.
Not having it.
I'm off my soapbox, but I've had an amazing time.
Yay.
So glad I got reunited with my friend. I'm so happy to see you. I congratulate you. I salute you. I celebrate you. I'm so proud of you. If I don't say it, I can't say it enough.
Proud of you too.
Thank you, dear. If anyone wants to reach out and keep in contact with Ebony, her social media handle at Ebony's Bridal Experience is right here on the screen. Is there any other form of communication you would like to share with the people? There's a podcast, y'all. It's called Head PIC Podcast.
You could definitely, that's very non-bridal, but if you want to kiki and have a good time with me and start fresh, you could definitely do at Head PIC Podcast. We are transitioning to a TV show, so stay tuned for that. And my home base is Carrie's Bridal Collection, so you are more than welcome to go to carriesbridalcollection.com, book an appointment with your girl, well, with somebody. It may not be me, but it is my store, so it will feel like me at either location. So yeah, and I am a wealth of bridal knowledge, so I always tell brides, if there's something I can help you with beyond what you're wearing today, please don't hesitate. I know a little bit of everybody or a little bit of everything about everything. So I am here for you. You are not alone. I am here for you.
You are in good hands with Ebony Foreman. I'm trying to tell you, I co-sign every single time.
Thank you, girl.
And if anyone has any unsolicited question, whatever suggestion, thank you all for your reviews, your questions and your comments and your celebratory comments. If you would like to keep up with the show, at Chip Chatter and Chill at the bottom of the screen, as well as on all social media, Chip Chatter and Chill. The email is chipchatterchill@gmail.com. You can send whatever at any other time. And
okay, you better not say whatever. You're gonna get some nudes. I'm just saying you gotta be specific because the robots be hearing you and then they be like, oh, whatever, here goes some titties.
Girl, they be watching my Insta stories.
That's what I'm trying to say. You got to be specific what you want the universe to see you. Because if you say anything, they're going to see you anything. So do not, at Ebony's Bridal Experience, if you send me titties, I'm going to report. I'm going to call the police.
I'm going to follow up on you.
You're going to jail.
And I'm still flirting with the idea of doing an OnlyFans, because people like watching hands and feet and elbows and stuff. So don't trip if you see me with an OnlyFans account. Because people is making money off their earlobes.
I don't even want to release my contingency plan just again because I don't want nobody to steal it. But understand this: my family will eat regardless. Listen,
we like to eat, okay?
My family gonna be all right.
We gonna be all right. Thank you guys for having such a wonderful recess night with us and having a great conversation. Good luck to all the brides and the grooms. Stay in love, and as I said,
and the days. Can't forget the non-binaries, the days too.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Everybody. We love everybody. As I always say in closing, love yourself, live well, live in power, and then bring some friends back on over here to Chip Chat and Chill. Everybody have a good one.